Good morning, YouTube. Another fine day, another Friday. So I got my insurance bill yesterday, and so needless to say, in my crappy Democratic-controlled run state, and feckless rhino Republicans that we have, in the state, our auto insurance skyrocketed. My homeowner's insurance is skyrocketed. Now I'm in my mid-50s, and no tickets, no nothing. And same for my family. There's just no reason for our insurance premiums to go up. None whatsoever. And I'm sick of being locked into only the state that I live in. I can't buy insurance from a different state. We're not able to shop around. It's got to be within your state, which is, bullshit. Pardon my language. It just upsets me. The pharmaceutical medical industry, insurance industry does nothing but screw the American people. And just sick to death of it, Something else that really pissed me off this morning when I was getting coffee for myself and my wife and one of my boys was I got behind a school bus, and I'm like, man, this school bus is hauling butt. And so just out of curiosity, I just wanted to see how fast that school bus was going. So the school bus was going 10 over in a residential area. And following along, because I'm heading back to the house, get to the stop sign, signals, boom, takes off like a rocket, from the stop sign. And this was 30. So this driver is now going 45 into 30. And I'm thinking to myself, it is bus number 26. I am going to call the school today. And but I've seen this on multiple occasions. You can tell, the bus drivers just drive way too damn fast. And I'm going from insurance to stupid bus drivers. And at least in our state, they flip on the yellow warning lights for like a mile. You have no idea where they're going to stop. So you see them on, you're like, well, where do I stop? Do I just keep blowing past this? Do I blow past this guy? They when they changed that was so dumb. It's to give you warning. And but then you never know when they're going to turn them on. I like it the old way. It should be about 200, maybe 400 feet before they actually have to make the stop. Turn on their red lights. It shouldn't be 1,000 feet. It's just ridiculous. And if you got a long line of cars behind you, stay there. Signal that you're still to the right of the shoulder and let the other guys go to work. But no, some of these idiots will go to the next house or next third house or whatever and make another stop. So now the line, behind you has just gotten even bigger. It just, last night we were on our way home, and I get behind this lady in the minivan. I can tell there's two kids in the back. I can't tell how old they are. I just know there's two kids in the back. And she's going 40 and a 55. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been a long day, and I got this, knucklehead in front of me. Takes her sweet time. Then she gets to the intersection, stop sign. She doesn't signal if she's going left or right. So I'm assuming she's going forward. Nope. She makes a left. Fine. Another moron. And I get going down the road. Sure enough, I catch up to her. She's going, 40 or 45 and a 55. We have posted speed limits. Do the speed limit or stay off the road. It's pretty simple. Sure, it's just skyrocketed. You got a bunch of idiots on the road. And it's a Friday. I'm certainly happy to be here today. But, it just, gosh dang it, it just sets me off. And, use your turn signal. I've said this so many times, crossing the fog line to pass another car at an intersection is not legal. It's not legal in this state. And you just don't see the cops anymore, you know. So I was a reserve officer from 2000 to 2008. I had the best time of my life. And I saw things, did things. Some things were, you know, freaky, weird. Made me a tad nervous. But I just enjoyed every minute of it. You know, it was a learning experience. And I just loved it. And I felt like I was doing something for my family, my kids, you know, my community, and my neighborhood, and I put a lot of time and energy into that, and I wanted to be the best at it, you know, that I could, and I was. I earned for one incident, I earned four. I earned four really nice. I don't want to say awards, but yeah, awards, and I was even acknowledged by Michigan State Police. I got an award from them, and I mean, it was just great. It was a wonderful experience, and you know, I met some really, really great cops, and I know a lot of people don't like cops, and there are some, you know, idiots out there, some knuckleheads that probably shouldn't be wearing the uniform, but the vast majority of them, the ones I ran into, were some super, super nice dudes, and there's a couple of females as well. I didn't run into a lot of female cops, but just enjoyed it, just loved it. And but today you don't see any proactive policing. It's all reactive, you know. And my 30 minutes to work, I don't know how many times or how many incidents I see where I could have at least written 3 tickets in that 30 minutes. 3. And you just don't see it, you know. It's like they're few and far between. And I think after a while, your knuckleheads, your criminals, they know, you know, they know how many cops are out running around, and they stick to certain prime areas because, you know, if they need to get to point A to point B, they can do it faster than being on some country pumpkin road, and you know, where the drunk drivers are at, and because they know what roads they can drink and drive on, and where they can get away with crap. You know, if you're a criminal, you learn your environment if you're a good one, and there's a lot of them that do that. You know, they just know, hey, if I take this road and from this bar or whatever, you know, I'll never see a cop because I've been doing this for 20 years. Never see a cop, and it just sickens me. But anyway, so on top of the, you know, insurance scam and the lack of policing and the idiots on the road today, it's worse today than I've ever seen it. Yeah, I started driving when I was 14, and it was periodically on a different farm that I worked on when I was young, and you know, going from field to another field, or from one barn, you know, down the road to another barn. So whether it was a tractor or a pickup truck, anyway, so I've been driving a long time, and got a lot of miles under my rear end. But it just irks me. Like this idiot here just changed lanes. You know, the law is if you change lanes on a highway, you're supposed to signal. You don't just jump right on over. So if I was a trooper, this knucklehead would be getting a biscuit. But anyway, you know, the insurance thing's really is what barks my ass the most. You know, I mean, the Americans that work for a living, that aren't on the state, federal welfare program, pay so much more extra, you know, to supplement these idiots that aren't paying. And not to mention, you know, the jackasses, pardon my language, that are driving around that don't have any insurance on their vehicles. They go and get insurance, you know, get tags and stuff, and then they let them lapse. That happens all the time. There needs to be stiffer penalties for people that do that. I don't know. We just need some real conservative leadership in this state, and we don't have any. And what we have are a bunch of feckless rhinos Republican in name only. That's what that stands for those of you that don't know. And they don't do shit. Pardon my language. I say that a lot. I don't mean to cuss, and I shouldn't. But man, it just makes me so angry. And they're just more worried about, getting enough money to run for re-election again. Our political system needs to be changed. We need to have term limits, and so that these knuckleheads aren't always so geared on having money to run for re-election again. Because the moment you get in office, boom, you're campaigning again. You're polishing doorknobs to have money again, so that you could run for re-election. And that has to stop. So I think if you did a total of 12 years in office, that's enough for you. Boom, out. We need fresh ideas, not these leather-faced stooges, like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters. Folks like them. That should probably be in a Star Wars movie in a bar scene instead of being in our government and trying to tell us how to live our lives and run our lives and raise our children. God, I just read an article yesterday where some poor dad, I think it was in Maine, their kid was injected with COVID vaccine without his permission. A minor child given a vaccine without his permission. I don't know, man. Heaven help. We homeschooled our kids. Because of the nonsense in the public schools. Just nonsense, man. I mean, it's disgusting and deplorable what's going on in our schools, even during COVID. And so anyway, I hope YouTube doesn't close my video. Oh well, there's a cop. Well, there you go. See, here I was getting angry, and there's one sitting there right now, drinking coffee. And this stretch of the road that I'm on is usually pretty bad, and people fly. And then what they do is, it's a merge. You merge these into this one lane, or this 4 lanes here, and you have solid white lines down for, I'd say, about 300 feet, 400 feet. That means, once you get into that lane off of this road, off another road, you have to stay in that lane. You can't be, jumping in and out of that lane. You have to stay in that lane until you get the intermittent white marks there, and and then you can jump lanes again using your turn signal. So anyway, I went from hating insurance companies to moronic drivers and feckless rhino Republicans and dumb Democrats, and all on the way to work, drinking my coffee. Other than that, I've had a great day, had a great morning. The missus she's always wonderful. She's wonderful this morning, and always takes good care of me, and so that's always a good start to the day right there, man. But then you get out on the road, you got to deal with the morons out here, and it just kills your spirit, man. To see the stupidity amongst your fellow Americans, your fellow citizens. The audacity of some folks. I had a guy come into our shop, or not into our shop, but onto our shop property. The gate was closed, so he decides to park in the grass and then go walk on our property. It's clearly posted. And then when I went out there, because it pisses me off, I went out there, I'm like, can I help you? I'm looking for pop cans, got any? And he's driving a decent minivan, not a piece of crap. Guy's got to be in his 60s. I'm like, no, I don't have any pop cans. And I said, you're parked on my grass. Well, I'm just trying to help you clean up. You're not helping me clean up shit. There's nothing to clean up, you idiot. And so pardon my language again, his dumbass quickly got in his van, he drove off. But I mean, it's just, the audacity of people. I'll just park wherever. Signs clearly posted. I'll just park whatever. I'll just do whatever until somebody comes out and yells at me. And I'm not a little guy. And but it just ticks me off. You know, how would you like if I pulled into your driveway or onto your lawn, and I'm gonna go walk along the ditch out front of your house, looking for pop cans? You know, I mean, are you kidding me? You tell me you wouldn't say something to somebody? Oh, absolutely. Anyway, that's my rant, folks. Insurance companies suck, and so do poor drivers and feckless rhino Republicans, and I'd say probably 3/4 of our politicians could really eat a knuckle sandwich as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you like my rants. If you don't like my rants, then obviously you won't. But anyway, so I hope you do. And comment, share. I think there's a lot of you that feel the same way that I do. So I'd appreciate it. So like and subscribe, doesn't cost you a dime. And I hope you guys have a great day. I look forward to making the next video. And we'll see ya.